My name is Gregory DeYong. I'm an assistant professor of operations management here at SIU. My research really falls in two areas. One is the more traditional operations management subject of scheduling, and in particular my colleagues and I are looking at what to do when the original plan starts to fall apart. So when the plan goes wrong, things change, how do we then adjust our plan? The second area of my research deals with what we call the dark side of operations management and supply chains. And in particular, we're looking at dishonesty or other less than ethical opportunities that arise from time to time in supply chains. I've been involved in operations management even though I didn't know it at the time for a long time. I actually was working in industry for about 15 years and moved from my beginnings as a chemist into more management type positions over time, and just sort of naturally gravitated to the purchasing areas, to areas that dealt with scheduling, and eventually into factory management as just a natural progression of my career. And as I came to realize, I really was an operations management practitioner all along. I just wasn't really aware of that until I got it deep enough in that I could recognize it. From a personal standpoint, operations management is just interesting to me because I like the topics. We have a very broad range of areas that we can study. We deal with both service operations as well as manufacturing and more traditional operations management type topics. And so there's just a lot of opportunity for new things to look at, new phenomenon to study, and really just I can work on what's interesting to me, which is a really nice thing. From our research dealing with supplier dishonesty, the implications are obvious. I think that really for firms to understand that process is the first step to defeating those activities and really avoiding the social and economic losses that come from dishonesty in supply chains. And the interesting thing there is that unless you really have a deep understanding, you can actually really cause yourself some problems in trying to deal with dishonest behavior. From a career standpoint, operations management is attractive because it's a really good place for students to start. It has them interconnected and they can see some of the connections with the other areas such as marketing and finance, and that gives them some real opportunities that maybe not everyone else has had a chance to enter into because they've got some training. The other nice thing about operations management is all businesses have to do some aspect of what we do. So all businesses have to deal with scheduling, all businesses have to deal with employees. Most every business has inventory and other things that they just have to manage, and the better they do at managing those, the more profitable they can be.